taken away from the people. But in the case of Ashanti, when the men so cowardly wanted to give up the stool, because at the end of it all, the one who had the stool, who possessed the stool, had been taken away to Seychelles. So if they come again wanting to fight us and the stool is not for, why don't you go and give them? It was Yaa Asantewaa who was able to mobilize them, motivate them to fight to the last blood in order to protect it. And I should add that at that time, Ashanti had been divided into three. The Bekwai people, and when you cross the Pra, you know, before you reach Kumasi, you pass through Amansia, the Bekwai territory. They aided the white people. All the Bekwai area, the Amansia people aided the British soldiers. And then the Mampong people decided to stay away completely. And then it was left with Kumasi, Ejeso, and then Ofenso that formed one army to protect the stool by putting up a fight. And when you read history, it tells you that the Ashantis fought like wounded lions. They put everything into it. And at the end of it all, they lost 2,000 men. They were defeated, utterly defeated. But their pride was kept, completely kept, protected.
And that's all because of the contribution of this woman.
Their pride was kept above everything, because the essence of the war was not to defeat Ashanti, but to take the golden stool. Once they were not able to take the golden stool, irrespective of the fact that Ashanti was technically defeated, the same technicality says that they won the war because the British could not achieve their aim. And Nkrumah, don't forget, was a professor of black history at Lincoln University. So he knew all this. So he told the chief that I have to make the whole world respect Ghana. And then because of female empowerment that he had learned from his master, Agri, it will be Yaa Asantewaa and nobody else.
So if I'm right, what we are seeing now, just in the background, Kotoka International Airport would have read Yaa Asantewaa International Airport.
I'm coming there. I'll get there. So when you told Nana, Nana was so excited. Then he called the meeting of the Ashanti chiefs, broke the news to them. And just as the Guy chiefs rejected the idea of Ohene
Stadium
having his name on the Accra Sports Stadium, they also said, oh, I didn't want to talk. Mateme ho for kwa menkomo CPP ni. This when ya baby or person didn't need to airport so uncle CPP ni ba no fan to so. Nya nana ye this year Yaa Asantewaa.
To it.
He pleaded with them, they refused. So what would Nkrumah do? He named it Accra International Airport. He could have named it Kwame Nkrumah International Airport. After all, in Ivory Coast, we have Hofo-Boigny International Airport, and then Kenyatta Conference Center, Kenyatta Airport. He could have named it after himself, but he made it Accra International Airport, symbolically, to let you know that he never aimed at putting his name on it, but something else. And those people who had the offer rejected it completely. They didn't accept it.
Do we know the backstory of why perhaps these indigents were not happy that Nkrumah was going to...
That was what I said in Chi, so it's good that you have repeated it. That was what I said in Chi. At that time, you know, in the 50s, there were serious hostilities between the CPP as a party and then United Party, you know, which...
UP.
Yes, which had its base in Ashanti. So just because of this, you know, sometimes anger can lead you to do so many things that will make you regret irretrievably. You remember last week, a policewoman who had sat in somebody's taxi cab argued with the taxi driver over a very small sum of money and shot him. I believe that wherever she finds herself now, she has regretted big time. But you can't bring back somebody's relative. At the same time, you too, you will never come back to live with us. And that is anger. The Ashanti chiefs were angry. The chiefs, the Nana Otumfuo pleaded with them, they disagreed. So it became Accra International Airport. Then come 1966, 24 February, Nkrumah was overthrown. The following year, there was a push, an abortive coup, led by SB Atta, and then Lieutenant, Moses Yabua. there was another one called Osei Poku, Second Lieutenant Osei Poku, attempting to overthrow the military regime that overthrew Nkrumah's government earlier in 1966. And it failed. That was April 1967. They called them the Operation Guitar Boys. Yeah, because when after slaughtering the labor, it was playing Guitar Boys. You're going to see Mami Watau, never, never run away. And it kept
Before
playing.
the coup, yeah.
During the coup, when they captured
what
do you call it, Ghana Broadcasting, that was the song.
The song playing.
Yeah, so they called them the Guitar Boys. Eventually, the coup failed. But we all know that Osei Poku, who was sent to capture or kill Accra at the castle, failed to do so. He said he had never shed blood before. So when he met him face to face, he didn't do it. And then as for Atta, he did his work where he captured Broadcasting House, made his announcement, all right. He was the leader. And then Yabua was also able to capture Kotoka. And then he and his group drove him to a secure broadcasting, the Accra International Airport.
Okay, where we have the airport now.
Yes, that's where they killed him. And the very spot where the police later found the body was where the statue is standing. That very spot. Then after everything, 2 years later, 1969, just before the NLC could hand over to the Progress Party government led by Dr. K.A. Buzia, the leadership of the NLC, National Liberation Council, decided to set up a trust fund in honor of General Kotoka, who was the Chief of Defense Staff and the architect of the coup. And I should tell you that Nkrumah was living at Flaster House. After the coup, Kotoka came to reside at Flaster House. Yes, yes, that was his official residence.
He was hungry for power, maybe?
All of them, yeah. And CIA has admitted that they bribed them to overthrow their own government. This one is no secret again. The American CIA was not comfortable with Nkrumah, and then they were able to get these people to get Nkrumah off. Then the Kotoka Trust Fund, listen to this part. Kotoka Trust Fund that was set up. General Ankara, head of state chairman. Then the vice chairman was incidentally the Asante Otumfuose Osayajiman Prempeh II. And the man wasn't happy at all when the government told him that the trust fund has been set up, one, to set up a fund with a bank account that anybody or company that will want to drop in some money for the upkeep of Kotoka's family. That was number one. Then number two, Nyaniba Estate, which Nkrumah had built. And he himself never had one free. He bought one for his mother from his monthly salaries. He bought one for his mother. Now,